Sun Prairie Real Estate Show, found right here on 103.5 FM, The Sun, every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Hey, when I'm not on the radio, I'm working with folks just like you to help them buy and sell homes. I'm proud to say that my team, the Baker Realty Group, has been helping people buy and sell homes in the greater Sun Prairie area for over 10 years. Information about buying and selling a home is available on my website, thebakerrealtygroup.com, on Facebook by searching The Baker Realty Group, or by calling 608-575-6731. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the Sun Prairie Real Estate Show with Bill Baker and Laura Stanfield. Brought to you by The Baker Realty Group.
Welcome to the Sun Prairie Real Estate Show with your host, Bill Baker.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday. Yeah, we made it after that storm last night. We are here in studio and glad to be here and chatting with you a little bit. I'm Bill Baker, your host, and you're listening to the Sun Prairie Real Estate Show right here on 103.5 WLSP. We're part of that wonderful family of broadcast shows, channels, TVs at the Sun Prairie Media Center, and proud to be a member of the 9 years. We've just started, Laura and I just started 9 years, and it's pretty cool, I think. That's 500 plus shows, that's all I know, something like that. But hey, we're underwritten by those wonderful folks at the Bank of Sun Prairie, and of course the Baker Realty Group, along with Wintrust Mortgage, and again, a proud sponsor. Love to do that. And if you're a small business out there and you're looking to be hyper-focused in your ads, your promotions and everything, then you need to step into the Sun Prairie Media Center and look at the opportunities that you can have to do that. Right now, I'll give you an example. Underwriting for radio is $200 a month. That gives you 90 different underwritings and gives you a little chance to tell about your business and get your name out there, do a little bit of branding. So it is definitely worth it. And yeah, we're pleased with it. I tell you, it's worked for me. That's all I know. That's all I know. Hey, today is going to be a subject that I hope you appreciate because I love me some Alexa. Alexa is my friend, turns on the lights, turns off the lights, changes color of the lights. Alexa does a lot of what I want, but not everything I want. And so I met a gentleman at our chamber get-together. Chris Hansen is in the studio. He's the owner of Aptus. Am I saying it right?
Aptus.
What'd you say?
Aptus.
I like Aptus, though. Aptus sounds
Maybe we'll go that direction.
Now, what he does for a living is pretty cool because he is the automation guy. He is the one that can come to your house and make things happen like you can't believe. He can fully automate or give you a smart home. What he's known for is working kind of with especially with new homes, and that architectural design and home automation systems together and all that, but he's the guy that makes everything happen. And I tell you what, it's going to be fun talking to him because I'm the one that thinks I just shut the garage door. I saw it start down, but it stopped. Then I come back, and then I noticed that it didn't go all the way down. And that would really be a shame if I went all the way to Aruba with my garage halfway down, you know. But so we're going to talk about that today and talk about some of his commercial items that he has. And one of those commercial items is something that is called a shooter defense system. That's going to be in the commercial brands. And when he told me about this yesterday, I'm like, what? It does what? So it's going to be a wonderful show. It's going to be a unique show, and one that you really need to pay attention to because it's not as costly as you think. It's not as expensive as you think to make your home a smart home or gradually grow it into what you want to do out there. But hey, before we get started here, a couple of things I want to chat with. I can't remember if I think Laura's coming today or not. I know her trees are not down because I drove by her house just to check on her and make sure it was okay. But if you had the storm last night hit you, yeah, I know it hit you already. and you got some trees down, here's what I want you to remember. You don't always have to do snap decisions, because what these storms bring out are scam artists, and they're going to be cruising around. You're going to have hail damage or tree damage in that, and so be aware, be knowledgeable, and as our friend Tiffany Schultz from the Better Business Bureau would say, do your homework first, and make sure you contact the BBB to see if these guys are real and if they're doing their job. Are they insured? Are they bonded? Is everything on the up and up? And then do not pay them in full at the beginning. Pay them a portion. If you have to pay them half, then pay them half. But see if you can negotiate that. If they're a reputable company and they're from the area, then you're going to have a better opportunity and be more comfortable with the people that you're working for. And then also call your insurance company if that tree went down, because sometimes your homeowners will cover a large tree in the way of removal and haul away. Not always, but you can always call our buddy Tyler at Country Financial for more information. He'll be able to answer any of the questions that you have that's out there. Hey, let's talk about the activity in the market, what's going on, so you know how to make a good, sound, educated decision. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, reach out to me. You know how to get a hold of me. Baker at Baker's easy to find, believe me. My picture and phone number are everywhere, and especially after the election, my picture and phone number are definitely everywhere, even in some social media posts, which I really didn't like. The damn trolls came out. But no, if you want to reach out to me, Bill at the Baker Realty Group, and you can always call me, text me at 608-575-6731. The market right now is hopping. It is still out there. We're still getting a lot of activity. But here's what I want to warn you about, is that you need to work with a local agent. If you're buying in Sun Prairie, if you're selling in Sun Prairie, use a Sun Prairie realtor. And the reason for that is you really need to get hyper-focused on the marketplace and what's going on. Because it's not always what the media tells you on TV. They have no idea. They're giving you a generalization. So you need somebody within Sun Prairie to really help guide you along. And ask them good questions. Don't make assumptions on this. So let me tell you what's going on. 33 homes are actively for sale. If you look on Zillow or Zillow or Realtor.com, Redfin and all that, it'll show over 70 homes available, but it's only 33. Of those 33, 15 are existing homes you can buy today. Average price is $518,000. They've been on the market 23 days. Woo. That's the average days on market, by the way. Of the 33, 14 of them are new construction, and with an average sale of $610,000. Now I told you 14, right? 14 new construction. There's only 5 actually available. The rest are ghost listings, as you know. You've heard us talk about many times. And the ghost listings are homes that are being built. They're not built yet. They're just giving you teasers and saying, we can build this in the next 6 months, something like that. Here's what you need to know. 21 homes have sold this month with an average price of $497,000, and the median days on market is 8. I mean, that's good. Now here's the most important thing, and you know we track this really well. 7 of the 21 homes that have been sold had competing offers. That's 33%. That's less than that 50% which we've been following for the last few months. So that's changed a little bit. What does that mean? That means that you don't always have to go over the asking price. And your next question for me is going to be, well, how do I know? You work with a realtor that knows how to communicate with the agent that's selling the home to find out, do you have offers on the property? That's an easy question, right? You call them, you pick up the phone, you don't text them, you call them, and you say, hey, I'm thinking, or my buyers are thinking of writing an offer. Do you have offers in hand? Now, Bill, being who I am, I always say, you do. How many? And they don't have to tell me that, but most of them will, because it's just human nature. If they say 2 or 3, I know we're going over asking price. And so it's going to be very competitive, in other words. So we need to come with, as they say, a very hard and aggressive offer to make that happen. But if we don't have any offers, maybe we change our strategy a little bit. So think about it that way, would you? And if you have questions, again, reach out to me. If you want me to help you, I can do that. Of the transactions that are happening, only two, get this, 2 have been cash deals. 2, that's it. You know, it's not half of them like we have been seeing, and 19 have been conventional financing. If it says conventional financing, the other side of that is appraisal. They're appraising. So you've got 2 contingencies in there that are being allowed right now. So the market is still aggressive. We still don't have enough homes on the market right now. And I'm going to tell you, just like I told my son-in-law, just buy the house. He goes, well, I'm worried about the interest rate. Just buy the house. That's all you need to do. Just buy the house. Well, but why are you saying that? Because it's going to be 5 to 10 to 12% increase in pricing over next year. Your equity will increase that much. And he says, how do you know that? How do I know it? Because if that interest rate continues to fall, the interest in buying will go up. And the more buyers you have, the more competitive it gets, and that means the prices go up. So you have no inventory, high demand, price increases. When you have inventory and no demand, price decreases. So it's very simple to do. So I hope that works out for you. I hope you pick that up all right, and it give you some insight on what you need to be doing in the world of housing. How's that sound to you? So let's talk about our guest here, because I listened to him yesterday. We were in a group together, and I'm sitting there, my jaw hanging, and I thought this would be a great show. And so I'm very happy that we're able to get together on such short notice, and I hope that doesn't mean he's not doing business, but, you know, you never know these guys. You know, they're out there. He's automated. That's all we know. Are you a real person?
I am a real person, officially known as an integrator.
So not only does he own this company that does a lot of different things for us, he's also a realtor. What in the world is that about? Where'd that come from?
I went into real estate to join my wife.
You joined her to... That's a funny way to propose.
We were in union 23 years ago, and we started real estate about 4 years ago. And so I got in it, figured I was mostly...
You got to talk in that thing. It's really kind of funny. And
I was mostly into houses, and so I was figuring while I was into houses, I might as well be able to provide solutions if they were looking to sell or buy.
I like that. That's a great idea. So your wife's still doing it?
Yes.
Don't get rid of that license. Keep it updated, man.
Oh. Totally agree.
I have a Michigan license. I will never sell another house in Michigan, but I keep that license up to date.
And just the information it provides is very valuable.
Well, it kills me. I mean, Michigan is completely different than our place here. I mean, it's really wild. Now, he's also a graduate of the University of Washington because he used to live in Seattle. But here's the thing. He's got a degree in speech, communication, and rhetoric. Now, what's that mean? That means he knows how to listen, and he knows how to put complex things together. Is that a good way to describe it?
It's the study of inter and intrapersonal communication.
And you're doing automated things. So you were the AI of communications before it happened.
That's a great way to put it. Chrissy. You can call me Chrissy instead of Siri.
Oh, there you go. I love my act. Well, you know, if all of a sudden we start talking Google, my phone lights up. So that's kind of fun too. You know?
Always listening.
Always listening. Oh my goodness. I think Laura, she told me she had a training today, and I can't remember. maybe if I'd listened better, that would see?
Listening and hearing is always very important.
Well, I know. I'm married, so.
Yes, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Some days I think she's happy we're married. I'm not sure, but.
Well, you just got back from Aruba, so hopefully you're getting along great.
Yeah, we are. I mean, next month is my anniversary, in fact, so it's kind of cool.
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So communications, speech and communications and the rhetoric side blows me away. I love that side. What was your choice there? Where'd that come from?
Well, I was pre-med, and then I decided my sophomore year that I didn't really want to do that because I didn't like hurting people. So I went into speech communication where I could help people more.
Oh my gosh. Now, so I had that same pathway, but my problem was you have to go to class and you have to study. And biology is not as easy in college as it is in high school. My dad, being the chemist that he is, you would think his kids were chemist people. That was a challenge. Organic was a challenge, and I said, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go into business. So
You went into the right thing.
well, I think so.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Well, thanks, man.
Sure.
It's been fun. I mean, it's real estate's actually a second career. So it's been a nice change. I mean, I thought I retired, and then my body told me I wasn't, and so my wife at the time was in real estate, and so I chased after what she did, and I told her I didn't want to be one of those damn tour guides though, and so there's still tour guides out there, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I noticed you bring a lot of information, a lot of resources, and a lot of knowledge.
Oh, I love stats. Oh, I'm a stat junkie, I guess they say. So, where did this come from? Where did your company come from? The name, where did it come from?
So Aptus.
This is so interesting.
Aptus in Latin means connected.
Yep. Okay.
In 2019, my father had a subdural hematoma, and so he had a bleeding brain, and he was recovering at his house in Arizona, and he couldn't turn the AC up or down.
Oh.
And I thought, well, let's smarten your thermostat. Smartened the thermostat and looked at the industry worldwide and thought, we are leaving the biggest generation in the U.S. in the dust in regards to IoT, which is Internet of Things, and smart automation.
Oh my gosh, you're going to find this hilarious. I didn't know you were doing that. That was your pathway into this thing. There's a company over in north of Milwaukee. The gentleman is an MIT grad who's created a system that even tells you when your parents have taken their pills.
Yes.
And it's everything. It's so automated. I can't think of his name right now. Grand Care Systems is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually involved with them for a while and setting up distribution for them many years ago. And it is a phenomenal system. And you can have, cameras in the house if you want. It's set up where when your parents wake up in the morning, their calendars pop up. They've got pictures of their kids, and it is so cool. You're shaking your head like, yeah, I know all this, okay. I know. But it's awesome.
It is.
But this is really what you do also.
Yes. We bring it to people, and originally I wanted to go after the baby boomer generation because they needed the most help.
Yeah.
They need to use this, and they want to use it, but they need to be educated on it.
Okay.
So I found that through the generations, everyone needs it, and there's a learning process that we sit down and guide them through, because when you're dealing with a security system and some cameras and a lot of personal information, you want it to be set up properly so people can't get into your own camera system, hack in. You want to be safe. You want to be notified what's around your house and what's around your property.
Sure.
Last night, I have outdoor water sensors that tell me when they could get to a threatening level, and I had sensors going off with the rainstorm last night.
What?
But it was keeping me safe. It was allowing me to be more preventative in regards to water damage and how it could come into my house.
Sure.
So the idea is to be preventative in nature with everything, using the technology that we have and providing that to the generations that need it and applying it so that they can live their life efficiently, remembering how to do things, what to do when in a scheduled environment, using sensors, motion sensors, medicine cabinet, pill container sensors, bed sensors, there's bathroom sensors,
Sure.
all kinds of sensors that can provide reports to their kids, to their family members, even to authorities if need be,
Oh, yeah.
that shows that there's a medical problem and someone needs assistance.
You know, it's interesting that we're talking about this too, this subject area, the elder care area, because I started a 3-point series on Monday about elder care. And Monday was non-medical care in the home, and then we'll go to independent, and we'll do that side of it. Then we'll go to nursing homes, and so assisted living. It'll be independent living, assisted living, and then nursing homes. But what people need to know about what you just talked about, what's really cool is what gives you peace of mind as a kid of your parents and all that, is your aging parents, is that you have a system where you can even know if that door opens or a door opens at 1 in the morning, 11 o'clock at night, whatever. You can know if all of a sudden the temperature drops to 30 degrees or whatever in the house. And it will alert you as the kid or the caregiver or whatever to let you know what's going on. That maybe the heat is off, maybe the electricity went out. And if we're in a Wisconsin winter and it's 40 below outside with wind chill, and all of a sudden you get an alert at 50 degrees or something, there's a problem. And you need to react to it immediately. And you might be in Miami, but it doesn't mean you can't pick up the phone, you can call the fire department and say, I need you to do a care visit because I was just alerted that my mom and dad's property temperature just dropped to 50. This is so important. And I'm somebody that has a dad who's in assisted living. My mother-in-law, who's 88, lives by herself down in Fort Myers. And of the family, we're always going. My dad's in Kentucky. My mother-in-law's in Fort Myers. My wife Terry goes to Fort Myers. I go to Kentucky. These are our vacations, if you think about it. And we go down every other month. We try to do it because we have a sibling that's there 1 month. This type of system would give us even more ease and peace of mind. And it's not that expensive. It's not that expensive to do.
You are correct, and for the efficiency and the resources that you get from it, I look at it like it's an insurance premium. You're paying for your security with a premium, and we're there to support you. One of my taglines used to be, are you tired of being your parents' IT department? And now it's technically like, are you tired of being your parents' automator? And when you can set it up for health and safety, or driver, exactly, it really helps out. We have a new application that we're supporting, and it's extremely popular in Europe right now, and they use it for fuel consumption and to save. And it's present sensing, so we're actually taking all of the switches off of the wall, we're taking thermostats off of the wall, and we're converting all of the low voltage items to a mini server that communicates within your house, that cannot be hacked. And then when you walk into a room, it senses your presence. It turns on the light to the percentage that you want it to be. It'll put the shades down if you have smart blinds, and it'll turn your heat and your humidity to the desired level, altering your music at the same time. We have it so that the music can follow you around in the house. If you have a speaker in every single room, the present sensing, the music will follow you around as you walk through the house.
Oh my gosh, that's absolutely amazing. The Aria Hotel in Las Vegas, I love that. You open up your room's program, you open up the door, the blinds come up or they'll go down, the music comes up, and that's what I thought of immediately when you said it. Now, I have the automated blinds at home. Hunter Douglas provided those, and they're set for sunrise and dusk. And so it's kind of cool. And I can control my main windows, my side windows independently. I can reprogram them any way I want to do that. And if I wanted to, I could actually connect it with Alexa or Google and work it that way. So see, I'm a little automated. I'm getting there.
Very much so. I'm impressed.
Well,
and it's a really smart way to start. Wi-Fi blinds. There's so many different variables with what you could put in. You could put in Z-Wave blinds, you could put in Zigbee blinds, you could put in Power G blinds. There's so many different platforms, and that's why we exist. To consult with you to make sure that you get into the right environment so that you are on a single platform, security, entertainment, automation system.
Chris, all I heard, but I'm sorry, it was blah, 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 blinds.
I understand. There's many different protocols to speak languages out there.
Okay.
And we utilize or we collaborate with our clients to
Uh-huh.
make sure that they use the right protocol to
Right.
get it into a single platform system.
Okay.
So that you
That
aren't
was
using
better.
5 different applications to
Oh.
control 5 different devices. You use one application to control 50 to 100 devices.
Well, there's an interesting comment because I probably use 2 different platforms.
Exactly.
Alexa and Hunter Douglas's. I don't know if Hunter Douglas is Bluetooth or if it's Wi-Fi. It's probably Wi-Fi.
It's probably Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
They do have Bluetooth, but Bluetooth doesn't extend but 30 feet. So if you're trying to shut your blind that's a catty corner in your house,
Yeah.
you're going to have a hard time
Did
doing
you say
it.
catty corner
I did.
or kitty corner?
I say catty corner because I believe it's officially catty corner.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a southern term.
What's like another phrase I've heard? It's not chomping at the bit.
What?
It's champing at the bit.
Oh.
Did you know that?
Or how about vittles?
Tender vittles?
Well, why don't we stop and get some vittles?
Yeah.
You know, I think it's victuals or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
English language.
Yes, you would know. Maybe.
Speech count.
So what did you do before this?
I was in the payroll industry.
Excuse me?
I was in the payroll industry.
I heard that part.
So since 1998, I was selling payroll to people in Seattle, Rochester, Minnesota, and then here in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Worked for a company called BDE Solutions. They're based out of Heartland. Wonderful company.
Okay.
They actually have a SHRM show, Greater Society Human Resource Managers,
Right.
that they did yesterday. But I was in the payroll industry. I was really into technology when software in the payroll industry turned from not real-time processing to real-time processing.
Sure.
It just changed the whole industry. And I was in Seattle during the dot-com boom,
Right.
and I benefited from that tremendously, being an outside service bureau for payroll. And companies were 5 employees one day, 300 employees the next day.
Nice, I think.
So my history doesn't really lend to what I'm
No, I was going
currently
to say,
doing.
dude, where do I go with that? You know,
But
you're married.
I'm married still.
Ah.
Starting a company hasn't been an easy journey, but I do thank God that it has worked out, and it's been a wonderful path.
And how long have you been in business?
Been in business for 4 years.
Sweet. And as we talked before the show, you're faith-based also.
Yes,
I
very
love
much
that.
so.
Me too. I mean, that's where my heart is full.
Amen.
You know. So your wife, what's her name again?
Andrea.
And what does she do?
She is a 4th grade teacher at Royal Oaks,
Oh
and
my
she is
gosh.
also a realtor.
Another realtor?
Yes.
Yes, but she's with a really good group though.
Yes.
You can tell them who.
Thank you very much. Ashley Jacobs.
Yes. Ashley Jacobs is one of the class acts in this organization, folks. She's a wonderful individual, has a great organization, and I have to tell you, I enjoy every transaction that I do when Ashley's involved. And I have one right now, in fact, that we're working on together, and it just goes so smooth when you have somebody that is so committed and so professional and caring. As Ashley Jacobs says. So it's nice to hear. Now, 4th grade teacher. OMG. That's like herding cats.
Yes, it is. She has a lot of patience and is a wonderful, kind person.
Well, of course she is. You married her. I mean, come on.
Lots of patience, like I said.
Man, that's about the time when, no, I guess it's not. It's still a little bit young for guys, and their voice is starting to change and everything. And
Yeah.
hello, Mrs. Hansen.
Yep, it's a good time frame for those young boys growing up.
So I have a 4th grade teacher story. Mrs. Cheshire, Carolyn Cheshire. That was my 4th grade teacher. She was one of my mom's best friends. And I used to go back to Kentucky and play golf in a golf outing with my dad every year. And one of the years I was there, they have a big, it's just a big tournament. And there's a big party and there's a dance and everything and food, big banquet and stuff. And so Carolyn always would help with the scoring, and these scoring boards are huge. And they try to do it just like a PGA event. And it's kind of cool. I miss it so bad. But there was one year when I was there, and we're sitting around the table, and Carolyn and I were talking, and what happened is it led to us having dinner together. And so I was there for a while, and I said, why don't we go grab dinner together? This would be fun, and just catch up. And we did. We had a blast.
Neat.
So I've had a date with my 4th grade teacher.
That's phenomenal. Did you learn anything more about yourself through her?
No. That was a year that, and shouldn't be about me, it should be about you. 4th grade, I was playing football on a rainy day. I love playing football. I love me some football, I can tell you that. And I'm playing with, I'm in 4th grade, I'm playing with 6th graders. And we're out in this muddy field, and well, of course we got our equipment on and stuff. If you call it equipment, it's probably that costume stuff. Kid hit me from the side, and I did the splits. And it gave me a spiral fracture in my femur. And so I spent the next 30 days in traction at Jewish Hospital in Louisville, Kentucky. And then after they took me off traction, and they put a pin through my leg sideways. And then they hung weight over it. Had this big contraption. This is before they would go in and do the actual pinning and stuff. But I found out later that that was a way that was absolutely better than going in and pinning because of the growth plates and everything. But anyway, so then the next 6 months I spent in bed in a body cast because it was a femur spiral fracture, so I wasn't allowed to bend or move. And so I did the 4th grade in bed basically.
Wow.
And Carolyn Cheshire was my teacher. And I passed anyway.
Do you play football those days?
Well, after that I did, yeah. I played all through high school, and yeah, oh yes. So,
Good for you. Great.
Love me some football. But my 4th grade story, sorry we got off on that, but
Thanks for sharing.
that's okay. So what is the basis of your business? Are you, or is there many facets? Are you working with builders and architects and builders? Or are you also working with existing homes and systems?
Primarily, we are working with builders on new construction right now.
Okay.
We are trying to wire in all devices,
Uh-huh.
so we like to get the construction while it's still framed.
Okay.
And it's easier for us to get things in wired, and then we don't have to worry about changing out batteries for like shades, windows, blinds,
I know.
and all the other devices that work in a Wi-Fi environment.
You know what's interesting about those Hunter Douglas is that it was a year before I had to charge those batteries.
That's great.
A year.
That's really, and you have them on schedule too, so they open and close dusk and dawn,
Yeah.
and so they're working twice per day, and the batteries, that's
A
really
year.
good. Good to hear.
And I tell Jeff Rohrer all the time, I said, that is a testimonial, you know. You should pay me for that.
Absolutely.
He says, I'll buy you a beer. Well, I don't drink, though. But okay. He said, you used to.
Same with me.
So, but if you have an existing home, you can still do it.
You can still do it,
It's the wiring that's the concern.
and we can still get wiring in, but we don't know what's behind your walls, so it
Oh.
adds a little bit added cost.
Okay.
And we can do it. We can also substitute some Wi-Fi devices,
Uh-huh.
but typically I don't look at security like it's Wi-Fi. Security is wired.
Okay.
Dedicated security is wired.
Yeah. When you were talking about it can't be hacked, I'm like, do you think the Pentagon thought that when they got hacked?
Quite possibly.
Oh, you can't get hacked. Yeah, and the Titanic can't sink either.
Well, it's nice to be able to claim that we're actually more secure than the Department of Defense.
There's a documentary that's on, I can't remember if it's Hulu or Netflix, and it's Ashley Madison. You ever heard of that?
I have not.
So it's a dating site or something like that, and they were guaranteed to keep privacy of everything. And when somebody says they guarantee, I had to watch it just to see it, because I remember when they got hacked and they released everybody's information.
Yeah.
And it's a cheater site. So if you're married, you can cheat without anybody knowing about it. Well, all of a sudden they got hacked, big time.
Yeah.
Gave out names, emails, addresses, the financial information. Didn't want anything of it. They just wanted to shut the business down. But
Interesting.
hackable. So, do you guarantee not being hacked?
Well, you can never guarantee
Ah,
it.
there you go. There you go. See, that's what I'm telling you about. So in your installation, who's doing the installation for you? Do you have
We have an installation team that specializes in low voltage.
and they work for you directly, or is
Yes.
it a subcontract?
Right.
Wow. So what's your staff?
My apologies. They are subcontractors.
Okay.
They don't work for me directly.
Okay.
Yes.
And do you have a retail operation, or do you work out of your home, or
Work out of home right now.
Yeah.
We do have a showroom that we're creating
Okay.
where people can come in. We have a current showroom.
Where?
It's down off of Agriculture Drive
Okay.
that we can bring builders or anyone who's interested. It's a home theater system that's set up with customized low voltage lighting
Okay.
to respond to the video that's on the screen.
Okay.
So when lighting needs to be affected in your room based on what's in the movie, it will change in the theater room.
Okay. All right. Lindsay Higgins, thanks for joining the show. Janice, always love having you watch on Facebook. And Charlie, man, you're number one, buddy. You've been with me forever on this stuff. And Lindsay Higgins, who's on here, she's a builder and developer. She's also a fantastic real estate agent and awesome mom. She is something as a mom, and all this big businesses that she does. So it's kind of nice that she's on watching, and I really appreciate it, Lindsay. You need to get to know this guy. I'm telling you, in your next project, it'd be wonderful, the things that you can do. So how is it when working with the builders? Are you being received well?
Yes, quite well.
Okay, cool.
We actually just had a 5-hour showroom meeting with a builder yesterday because they were so interested in what we were providing.
Well, this has to be an afterthought, though, for people that are building a home. You know what I mean? Well, they may think home theater, you know.
Correct.
But they don't think of other things, of making it fully automated and making it a smart home.
The beauty of our new system is that it incorporates lighting. So we're taking high voltage lighting out of the equation and converting all lights to low voltage, which is environmentally sound as well.
Sure.
But what that then allows for is we are in the build. We are not an ancillary or a supplemental product because we're lighting, we're in the build, and then we create the automation through all that low voltage.
Okay.
With the lighting and the thermostat and the garage doors and everything else is already in the package. So if you're buying lighting, you tack on a small supplemental package for automation, and you're getting what you need in a house.
When you talk about a small package, what is that price range?
Well, on one platform, you can get a nice security system in, and you're probably looking at somewhere around $6,000.
Okay.
And that's camera, security, automation, garage doors, televisions, speakers.
And you know what? And that's doing it the right way. I mean, I have a Ring. I actually have a Blink. A Blink. And it's okay. I mean, it's really kind of fun when people come to the door. I know they're coming and all that stuff. But it's not like what it should be. There should be cameras and stuff like that. And I keep talking about it. I just never done it. But the point I'm trying to make is, if you're going to do it, let's do it right.
Agreed.
Don't work with the just the little bitty things like Ring or Blink, things like that. Go all the way.
Mainstream, like Google and Ring, did a great job of introducing our product to everyone.
Oh, sure.
And now we're doing a great job of showing them a better way. Little do people know, but when you get a Ring doorbell, the Madison Police Department can go into your footage at any time. So your confidentiality is immediately. They can go in and look at video that's based on in Ring, because there's a Ring community.
Oh.
And so almost all...
Without a search warrant?
Correct.
What?
So almost all doorbells are Wi-Fi. We provide wired doorbells, which takes it off of Wi-Fi and increases your confidentiality and your safety and the amount that people can get into it.
So it sounds like what you're saying is we need to be more wired than Wi-Fi.
Yes.
But it seems like the trend right now is to go all Wi-Fi.
And that's the mainstream trend.
Is that because it's a mass production, or, you know, I'm trying to figure that out. If that's the way the trend is going, there's got to be something behind it. Is it dollars? Is it profit? Is it easy and you got to have one? What is it?
Well, I think Ring became popular when people were showing it off, saying, I've caught this, and I got my package delivered, and I saw my dog on my camera, and it became very mainstream, and it was very easy and convenient and somewhat of a novelty to use. When we build new houses now, we wire the doorbell so that you don't have Wi-Fi. And again, I go back on, security isn't truly security if you're on Wi-Fi, or if you have devices on Wi-Fi. Security is truly security if you're wired.
Wow.
So I'll go back to that point.
Wow. Okay. So now I'm thinking, well, what happens? What happens if the power goes out?
With our panels for security that are made by Johnson Controls here in the United States, here in Wisconsin, we have a backup battery in those. Everything still remains wired. We're still recording things, but you may not be able to get to it with an internet protocol because the power's out.
Down. Or Wi-Fi's out.
Correct.
Okay. Wow. The Wi-Fi goes, it's into the world. I mean,
for the most part. Here's why I made fun of you for Wi-Fi shades or blinds. Okay. If Wi-Fi goes out, it goes out. Those other crazy words that I mentioned, like Z-Wave and Zigbee, those are radio waves. They're already out there. They're already powered up. All we're doing is we're stealing a little channel, 433 megahertz or whatever it happens to be. We're stealing that little channel so that it'll constantly communicate, because radio waves are constantly out there.
Wow. I felt it shoot through me a few times.
Which frequency?
Exactly. Hey, if you're just joining us, I have Chris Hansen as my guest today. He's the owner of Aptus. I say Aptus, of Wisconsin. He's also a realtor, so don't hold that against him. He's located right here in Sun Prairie, and his company is absolutely amazing. And I love this about you. Our goal is simple yet ambitious: to connect people with cutting-edge technology, making their lives easier, more secure, and more enjoyable. That is beautiful. I mean, that was well written, and I appreciated that when I read it. I'm like, wow, that is just so easy to read and so simple to do.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike Schuster.
Mike Schuster? I love that guy.
Yes.
Now, he is something else, too.
Yes, he is.
Hey, so I want to get to, we got about 20 minutes to go, but I want to talk a little bit about the chamber. How long have you been a chamber member?
A year and 3 months, I think.
What do you think?
I love it.
Is it what you thought it would be?
And more.
Wow.
Yeah, and more.
Wow.
When we first moved into town, I gotta say, that was back in 2006.
Yeah.
Sun Prairie Chamber. We were growing.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot to it at that point.
2006?
Yeah.
It was a waste of time.
Yeah.
It was. I was a member. Waste of time.
And when Christina Williams took charge, she mentioned her vision, and she was spot on, and she's making it come to fruition.
That lady and her team, Barbara Bailey, everybody that's over there, they have turned that program around, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
Yes. And
something that was important to me was that not just the networking, but it was like connecting people. Because if you talk a lot like me, and yes I do, I admit it, I am a talkaholic, but that's okay. My job I feel, is to connect people together. And as of yesterday, I had done business with, in some way, 20 different members in the last year, maybe year and a half.
Wow.
And Level Up Plumbing was the latest one. Met them at the chamber. I said, I've got these problems with my faucets on the outside. They're leaking. I said, to the point where I've gone out and bought an attachment. I've got a lever on it to stop them from leaking. And Brendan said right away, he said, you're going to think it's the insert. He says, not only is it the insert, but because of the hard water that we have, it's also corroding the copper on the inside and causing the problem. I'm like, what? I kept thinking, is this plumber trying to upsell me or something like that? And did my homework on it, and he said, let me do this. I'll come out, I'll bring the guts and everything else, and if it is what you think it is, no problem. But if it's my thing, I'll go ahead and fix it also. Do it. So his guy set up for 7 o'clock in the morning, shows up at 10 minutes till 7. Professional, oh God, I think his name is Jake. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. Jake, maybe. Can't believe I can't remember his name. He's a great guy. I like the guy. Introduced himself right away. Put his hand out. Shook my hand. Booties went on. Came in the house. Just did the job. That was a class action. I mean, that was class.
Well, and that's the power of the Sun Prairie Chamber. Instead of saying Google it, we should say go Sun Prairie Chamber it.
Chamber it.
We have all our resources right at our fingertips, every single meeting or by phone.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Action Jackson and Jackson's Yard Care. Oh my gosh, the guy did a fabulous job for me. I mean, I can just keep going. We're talking about Mike Schuster and what he does for businesses and helping develop your business. And Eric.
Tom Scard?
Yeah.
T-Guard
Solutions, right?
I'm meeting with him this week.
There's another one. And so I'm doing, and folks, I'm leading this little talk yesterday, and I'm seeing the connections for people. And here is Christina Hendricks from Heyday Homes, which I'm associated with because I do the listings for them. And I thought, this is the connection because they need smart houses. Because they've already got the Tesla electricals sitting in the garage, they might as well do the rest of it. They are a higher end rental property, and I know people would love that stuff.
Yes.
They would just be, oh my God. So it was nice connecting people. Don't forget to follow up with her.
Will do. Thank you.
She's the project manager here, but there's a bigger project down in Chicago, and the guys, as we call them. So. But I'm tickled about the chamber. We're up over 500. The goal is to hit 600. There are, if you look at a list of names of businesses in Sun Prairie, it's 3,000. And so we're a little shy, and we're going to do everything we can to bring in more people because our objective is to help you support your business, grow your business, take care of your business. And we have all the tools there, but you get what you give. So if you're going to come to the coffee chats on Friday, if you're going to come to our Rise event on the third Tuesday of every month, you're going to win. And the more you get involved, the more your business is going to develop, grow, sustain itself, whatever. Is that fair?
Yes. Make sure you participate, and as you and I were talking before, you need to hear and listen when you're communicating with people.
Right.
The more empathy we can build and compassion, the better we'll all get along. And as a business owner, it's kind of lonely. And so you go to the chamber events and you have all those resources there, and you're feeling like you're just hanging out with your peeps talking about good professional stuff.
That's exactly right. Now, if you want to know more about this guy, or if you've got questions about him, go to Aptus, APTUSWI.com. That's AptusWisconsin.com. Aptus, APTUSWI.com. Phone number is 608-291-4501. That's 291-4501. There are no stupid questions. Call him and ask him, can you trick Alexa? I don't know. He's going, yes, you can. So, I want to talk about something serious because you also do commercial stuff. And we started talking a little bit yesterday, and you caught me off guard with it, caught my attention, made me sit up straight. And we know what happened down in Mount Horeb, and it's a terrible thing that happened, and it's happening more across the country. And not just in schools, but also we had one in, I think it was a synagogue, where there was a shooting, an active shooter going on. And Chris told me that he has a device that he works with that is a shooter defense system. And he started talking about this, and I'm like, I have got to get this guy on the air. Tell us about this system and what it's all about, because I think this is priceless. Unfortunately, we need something like this.
I appreciate the opportunity to talk about this, but I don't like talking about this.
I hear you.
Thank you very much for allowing some airtime on this. Shooter detection systems started up a number of years ago, and they were acquired by one of my platforms, which is alarm.com. And alarm.com made it available to us integrators to provide to buildings and commercial properties. Commercial properties, smarts start out with access control. So that's doors, that's security, that's getting in the building, making sure the employees can get in with the right schedule. What they've developed with the shooter detection system is we put sensors into the walls, and when a shot has happened, it sees the infrared blast, and then it gauges that or calibrates it with a sound, and it notifies the authorities and all the individuals with concern on the property what caliber was fired and where the shooter is. And then we can start using the access control doors to shut down or open up. We can start telling teachers or leaders or managers where people need to shelter in place or if they need to run. If we know that the shooter is going from the gym to the cafeteria, that would go to authorities, and they'll know exactly where in the building that threat is so that they can take the necessary actions. So we communicate directly with the authorities so that everyone is communicated to and knows what they need to do to prevent any harm.
That is so sad that we need that.
It is.
But I can see, and what's going to happen is we're going to have to get federal support on this. There's going to have to be for school systems, because the cost on this isn't going to be light. I mean, if every school had devices like this, or were technologically advanced or automated like this, maybe we could prevent some deaths.
We could prevent a lot of deaths.
The sad part is that it's the detection, so it's already happened. We need to prevent it from happening before it gets into school. Now, is it about metal detection? Is it about, I don't know what it is. But I'm not just talking about schools, because that's the focus. I mean, but it could be hospitals, it could be churches. We know churches have been hit. We know synagogues have been hit recently, the temples. Whatever faith. I mean, it can walk in the door. And I remember at church at St. Albert's, I apologize, I can't remember the church that got nailed. But we had security because we had police out in front. We had a police car there, and the churches were on alert. And it was nice that we had Father Don, because he's a Air Force colonel and a pastor, priest at the same time, and he's doing his homily and scanning. You could see him physically scanning. But we need this. Unfortunately, we need something like this.
I agree, 100%. And we have, we have an internal grant writing program department. So our first step is literally sending the grant application to the prospect, and once they fill that out, we get them into the system, because there's millions of dollars right now available, both federal and state, in order to take advantage of the program to protect your property.
For your property or for like schools?
And the
commercially, you talking about?
Yes.
Okay. So has Sun Prairie been approached about this?
I have approached Sun Prairie. I've approached almost every school district.
Okay.
And still working on them.
Why are they hesitant about it?
Well, when Mount Horeb occurred, I didn't want
a few weeks ago.
I didn't want an ambulance chase.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunately, but I got over it ethically, because it needs to happen. They need to be communicated. People need to be aware of this. We need to start working towards more preventative measures, but we only have reactive measures right now. So we are trying to get cameras that can detect 1 pound of metal concealed on a person, and then we could automatically lock those doors for entry. So that's getting really preventative. There is a camera system right now that does detect metals, but it has to be exposed. So the best way to become preventative would be to have concealed be aware that it's on the subject.
Wow. Now, I've talked about this on Good Morning Sun Prairie many times. I remember back in the day, I mean, kids would bring their shotguns in to show us how to clean them properly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We went from that, oh my gosh. It's a shame. I know, it's a shame. But okay, so we got about 5 minutes left. What have I missed? What have I forgotten?
Home theater room. is another complement to kind of our services.
Oh, yes.
So when we can get the home theater room to tie in with the entire system.
Not everybody has a big. When you say that, I think about this big room with the big leather chairs, and they're there. I don't have that room.
And that's good.
It is? Is it okay?
You might have another room that you could spruce up a little bit to make like your entertainment area, or wherever you might watch TV. Add some speakers, add some smarts, add some lighting.
Well, Terry would say that would be the bathroom because I spend so much time in there. But I'm like, I'm a guy. Things have to happen in its own fashion. Come on, give me a break. I'm reading.
Well, that's one area that we could smarten is the bathroom, and we can make this fan so that when someone's in the room with presence sensing, the fan is on, and when you leave the room...
Get out of here.
But that is actually, that's something that they set up in Europe using the system that we're trying to incorporate now, is that the blinds and the shades and the temperature control, everything is set to lumens. So basically we can sense how much light is coming in. If there's too little or too much, that's when we have the blinds go up or down.
Lumens.
I just like using it every once in a while.
There's a word I'm going to have to use, I tell you.
And really everything is just set to react to something. So with my security cameras, they're AI cameras, and we can have analytics, and we can go in and we can actually create a tripwire by hand drawing it on the screen,
right,
and saying if anything crosses that line, turn on this light, that light, close the garage door, turn music on really loud, turn on an interior light, so whoever's coming from outside looks in and goes, oh, their lights are on, their music's playing, they're here, I'm not going in that house. That's our number one area of keeping predators from getting into houses, is working with the lighting system, so the camera, the motion sensor creates the lights to come on. Music, whatever shows that you're home.
That would probably startle somebody if they've broken into the house and they're walking down the hallway and the lights turn on automatically. They probably would freeze and go backwards.
Yes.
Or you would think that they would.
Well, and hopefully they're actually coming onto the property. They haven't even approached the house yet. We do 360 coverage around the house. A camera is going to pick them up. We can actually do video monitoring now, so remote video monitoring, where you're not your sensors, but your cameras are being professionally monitored. And if someone comes onto your property, they'll call 911 right away for you.
Oh my gosh.
Which is a great way to be reactive, proactive.
This campaign season, I had people stealing yard signs, and we caught 2 of them on a ring cam, and we couldn't make them out or anything like that. But it was just interesting. These were young adults, and they're doing it. It was a shame that they had to do it, but 10 signs, 10 of them. But kind of crazy, right? Yeah.
Too bad you just can't have an automated net that would come out of your yard.
Well, yeah, I was thinking machine gun, but
that'd be one way.
It's that gun on the aircraft carriers and battleships, and the AMRAAM or whatever.
That would definitely scare them.
Yes, it would. the big dog bark.
And you did like garage door safety. That's another.
Oh, yeah.
That's the front spot of your house where someone can come in. So making sure your garage. I have 3 scheduled closes on my garage doors at night because I have 3 kids and they go in and out until 10:30 or 11.
Yeah.
But I actually have my garage doors scheduled to close, so I know that they're closed at all times.
But if they're closed, will they also close again, or do they open?
It just knows that they're closed.
Okay.
You don't have scheduled opens, and nor do you do opens, because then your garage door could just automatically open sometime, and you wouldn't know.
Yeah, we don't need that. They don't need that. Hey, Sun Prairie, thanks for listening today. I hope you've enjoyed the show, and I want to thank Chris Hansen from Aptus, Wisconsin, and for his expertise on smart home automation. I think it was a good subject, and I was thinking of something else I wanted to ask you real quick, and I can't remember what it was, but.
Regardless, I appreciate your time, and this has been very constructive and wonderful.
Oh, you're very welcome. For more information, if you got questions for Chris, go to Aptus, Wisconsin, APTUSWI.com, and you can catch him there. You can also go to 608-291-4501, or you can go to Chris@AptusWisconsin.com.
Perfect.
Woo! I'm getting to it. Sun Prairie, next week, we've got Chris Hake in here. He's going to be talking about storage units and the value of storage units. I'm being given a note. Oh. And so take care and meet me back here next Wednesday at 11 o'clock. Oh, also, Farmers Market. I'll be down there this Saturday. We got, Mark is in this, thank you. And so come down and see me at Farmers Market. We got baseball after that. And then catch me again on Monday with Good Morning Sun Prairie. Till then, we'll catch you right back here on the radio. Thanks, Sun Prairie. See ya.
Do they hear that music right there?
Yeah.
Like, do they hear that music?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Home Sweet Home?
Oh, yeah.
Home Sweet Auto Smart Home? I could have changed the lyrics right there.
Oh, man. That's my, now we're still on Facebook, so